Well, England against Wales, a pot that needs no further ingredient, but for those still wiping a tear, the fly-half jersey for Wales, which has special meaning today. The week of the death of the great Barry John. The catch from Wainwright. Here's the drive. It's heading towards that England try line. It's a penalty advantage, and James Dolman has gone straight. A crucial time in the match, surely this. There's Ford. Ford out to Daly. Daly to Dingwall. And England have their...
Wales versus England. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than this. A big rivalry, border rivalry. I mean, the history goes back as far as we can freaking remember. And both of these teams, you know, they are the two most winningest teams in the Six Nations so far. Both of them, and including the Five Nations as well. So for it to come down to the last week, with England still in the run here, as you can see on the bottom right there, the table is there. England only 1 point behind France. So bonus point win and France just get a win, then they're equal in points, but they will have to get a big win to be able to do that. And you can't look past Wales, especially not the way they're playing at the moment. I mean, they can, and they possibly will upset England here. I'm not sure if I want to make that big call, but I might. Because we know how the Welsh play at home. We know the kind of push they get from their home fans in that sellout Millennium Stadium. Yeah, I think it's going to be much closer than people predict. And I think, you know, sometimes teams are in a position like what England is, where they're looking ahead, just thinking we need a bonus point win, we need a bonus point win. That's all they worry about, that they forget to actually win the match. So let's get into this. We'll do a prediction. We'll also do a predicted lineups as well for both teams. And we'll see who will start, in my opinion anyway. And we'll do a prediction as well for the score. And yeah, maybe a couple players who's probably going to stand out as well. So let's get into it. Now, before we do, if you do enjoy this sort of content, you know, if you enjoy rugby, just want to keep a part of it, want to listen to videos, then hit that subscribe button right below the video. It's free. Just scroll down a little bit, click of your thumb or your mouse. It's free to sign up, whatever. It's just a click of a button and it helps support the channel a lot. Like the video if you like it. And also, I mean, let me know in the comments, right? Do you agree, disagree? Who would you want to start? You know, if you were the coach, who would you put in the starting lineup? Let me know below in the comments and we'll get into it, and let me know your predictions as well. Now let's go through the past results here. So Saturday night, you know, 5:45 kickoff, Wales versus England. You can see here 63% of people think England will win this, with 38% thinking Wales. Live win probability 78% to England. It's being played at the Principality Stadium in Wales. And you can see the last 5 head-to-heads, 4 wins for England and 1 for the Welsh. Average points scored, 17 for England and 16 for Wales. So low scoring affairs every time. First try wins 60% of the time. Home team wins 80% of the time. So, you know, let's have a look at that stat. But let's look at the last 5 results. We'll start with Wales. 5 games ago, they played against South Africa, against the Box, losing 45-12. Getting smoked by France in Paris on opening night, 43-0. Losing to Italy 22-15. Losing to Ireland 27-18 in a very different affair. Then losing to Scotland 35-29 with a couple late tries, really making it look closer than what it was. And for the English, 5 games ago, beating Japan, I think it was their first win in quite a few, 59-14. Lost to Ireland 27-22 with a score that looks a bit better than it was. Beating the French 26-25 with a big win at Twickenham. Beating Scotland 16-15 at home again. And then beating Italy 47-24 at home as well. Yeah, big games. Big wins for them. And that's why they're in the position that they are. They you know, overcame that opening defeat against Ireland. And now they're sitting 1 point above Ireland, which is just crazy to me. When you've watched all the games. Crazy. Now let's get into the last 5 results between the two. So back in 2022, England beat Wales 23-19. 2023, England won again, 20 points to 10. 2023 again, 20 points to 9 to the Welsh. 19 points to 17 to the English and 16 points to 14 to the English last year in a very, very close game. The prediction for this is very hard, I think. I think really it can go either way. I really think this is nearly a 50-50 game, in my honest opinion anyway. I think the Welsh, if they probably come with the same sort of lineup, they just need that crowd behind them, and they play different, right? I mean, they held the Irish, in a very tight contest right till the last 5 to 10 minutes when they got that penalty to push it outside of a try. So anything can happen, man. This is the good thing about Six Nations, is that any team can pretty much beat any team. So let's just go through the starting lineup, who I think will start for the English. I think it'll be unchanged forward pack with Genge in at number 1, Jamie George at 2, Will Stewart at 3, Mario Itoje, and Ollie Chesham for the tight 5. And I think Jamie George, man, how good is it that he's worked his way into the starting lineup? Like him or hate him or love him. But for him to be at the age that he is, the leader that he is, just to work his way back into the lineup, it really shows, how much he loves that English jersey. Tom Curry, who's been brilliant, in at 6, Ben Earl at 7, and Tom Willis in at number 8. Then you got Alex Mitchell at number 9 again, Finn Smith in at 10, who's been a revelation for them, Ollie Slideholm, who I really rate as a player on the left wing, Fraser Dingwall back in at 12, and then it's a bit of a tough one here, right? I know that they interchanged on the weekend where it was Tommy Freeman and Elliot Daly kind of swapping between 13 and 14. I think they might do the same thing again. So I think maybe Tommy Freeman will get a start at 13 and Elliot Daly on the wing, but they're going to interchange during the match is what I think will happen. And then in at fullback, Marcus Smith back into the fullback after having a brilliant game against the Italians. And then on the bench, I think it'll be Luke Cowan-Dickey, Finn Baxter, Joe Hayes, Ted Hill, Chandler Cunningham himself, Ben Curry, who's been brilliant off the bench. I mean, three turnovers against the Italians. Jack van Poortvliet and Oscar Baird to finish off the 23. Oscar Baird, he can even possibly get into the starting lineup, to be honest, if they really want to stick with an actual center. But like I said, maybe Tommy Freeman will get the 13 and Elliot Daly on 14, and they'll interchange during the match. It's just kind of what I think they might do. Now, for the Welsh, I think in at number 1, Nicky Smith, who's been pretty good at times, to be honest. Dewey Lake should get back into the starting lineup, I think, pretty much straight away if he is 100%. If he's not 100%, put him back on the bench. Henry Thomas in at number 3. Dafford Jenkins, number 4. Teddy Williams at number 5. But yeah, again, you can also put, obviously, Will Rowlands in at number 5, either or, but I think maybe throw in a youngster. Teddy Williams is 24 years old. Put him in the starting lineup. Jac Morgan in at number 6. In at number 7, Tommy Reffel. In at number 8, Faletau, who was absolutely freaking brilliant. He's 34 years old, and the dude played like he was 19 in that last match. Just a really, really good game against the Scots. A full 80-minute performance, man. Absolute beast. Thomas Williams at number 9, Gareth Anscombe at number 10, Ellis Mee on the left wing, Ben Thomas in at 12, Max Llewellyn, who's been brilliant, and I rate him as a player as well, in at centre, Josh Adams on the wing with Tom Rogers probably out due to injury, Blair Murray in at the fullback, which, very sadly that try got called back for jumping. Very unfortunate, because in Super Rugby the exact same try was given. Obviously, maybe a little bit of different rules when it comes to international game compared to Super Rugby, but yeah, very unfortunate because he deserved to set up that try. I think it was Faletau ended up scoring it. Then in on the bench, you got Elliot D. Yet again, he could start, possibly if you want to kind of not push Dewey Lake into early. Gareth Thomas, Kieran Asarati, and then yet again, it's either Will Rowlands or Teddy Williams-Mee on the bench. Then in at number 20, obviously Aaron Wainwright, who I think could maybe even start this game, possibly. Rodri Williams, Jared Evans, and Joe Roberts on the bench as well. Yeah. So as it lineups, obviously the favours of England in this one, as we know, but we've got to make a prediction here. And it's very tough, a very tough prediction, I think. Because my mind is telling me go with England. I mean, they've won 4 out of the last 5. Wales have lost, 15 or 16 in a row. But you know what? We're going to do it. I am going to predict that Wales will win this match. I am predicting a scoreline of 23 points to 20 to the Welsh. And I think maybe a late try or a late penalty will win the game for them. Look, that is just my heart speaking. You know, if anyone was smart, they would say England to win by 13 plus with the way that they've been going, you know, England to win it. But I think, man, I love the underdog, you know, and sometimes I fall in that trap of going for the underdog, and that's what's happening right here. I am going for Wales to win this game by 3 points, pulling off the upset against the English. And if this pulls off, mate, I might as well call myself a freaking guru. But I think there might be a couple of backers for this, just purely maybe the Welsh supporters. But let's see. It'll be interesting to see. England are flying high. The Welsh haven't looked brilliant. But I think at the home crowd, they are going to grind out a gritty win. It's going to be dirty. There'll be a lot of blood. Bit of a push and shove. But I think the Welsh pull it out in the end in a very tight game. Let me know what your prediction is below. Definitely let me know in the comments who you predict to win and why as well, and what score you think. Let me know in the comments. I'll definitely get back to you. Also, like the video if you did. And if you've watched this long, just scroll right below the video. There's a subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the channel, and hopefully you enjoy the content. Be very interesting to watch this match. I cannot wait to watch it. I am going to be so tired on Sunday, especially going to church on Sunday. You know, first game kickoff is, I think, just after midnight, then 2:30, and then I think 6 in the morning is the French game. So pretty much no sleep for me Saturday night / Sunday morning here in Australia. But thank you for watching this long. I'll see you on the next video.